Hello, Holly Middle School. It is Tuesday, March 14th, also known as Pi Day. Holly 8th grade boys basketball. The 8th grade basketball team concluded their season with a barn burner at Fenton on Wednesday. Holly jumped out to a quick early lead, but then trailed 11-7 after the first and 18-14 at the half. The Bronco full court pressure turned the tide, and Holly led 25-23 after the third quarter. It was a back and forth affair throughout the fourth quarter, which ended in a 33-33 tie. The overtime period was more of the same, right down to the final possession, where Broncos came up just short, losing by a final score of 42-40. It was an exciting game which showed the growth of the players both individually and as a team. Congrats to the players here who scored: Aiden, Jaden, Zach, Thomas, Elliot, Carter, Jackson, Nate, and Josh. And remember that your pizza party is after school on Tuesday. Seventh grade basketball. Last week, the seventh grade netminders dominated Fenton in their house with a score of 57-23. It was a total team effort with everyone on the team playing in both halves of the game. The young Broncos had an 18-point lead at halftime, and they were determined to not let the Tigers back into the game, which happened the last time they played. The O squad of Heika, Swartz, Arnett, Ellison, and Perry started the second half, and they were followed by the D squad of Heika, Thebo, Ingham, Graham, and Evan Weary in the last 4 minutes of the third quarter. Those two lines torched the net and resulted in a 30-plus point heading into the fourth quarter. The defensive effort by the team was the best they had played all season. At one point, it was 18-3. Your Gatorade players of the game were Cole Heika, Cameron Ellison, and Evan Weary. Honorable mentions to Landon Graham for his Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook in the fourth quarter, Cooper Thebo and Ignacio Ingham for their defensive efforts. The team ended up 5-5 on the season in the Greater Flint League. It is time to start thinking about Cedar Point. 7th and 8th graders, here are your Cedar Point trip requirements. For third trimester, which is beginning today, you cannot have any out-of-school suspensions, bus suspensions. You must have less than 8 tardies, 2 or less detentions, no outstanding fines, and no report card E's as of Friday, June 2nd. Stay eligible. Bronco Bash, March 17th from 6 to 9 p.m. This event is not to be missed. 300 students attended last year. We have even more fun planned for this year. Tickets will be sold at the door for $25, which includes all games, activities, as well as a slice of pizza and beverage. To purchase a ticket, you must have the student contract signed when you approach the ticket counter at the entrance of the school. Included is VR gaming, a rock wall, escape room, scavenger hunt, tattoo station, photo booth, dance party, bingo hall, cornhole competition, concessions, and more. Don't miss out. 7th grade class council. 7th grade students, are you interested in making a difference in your school? Do you want to take part in planning upcoming Jam Fest, fundraisers, spirit days? Consider joining 7th grade student council. Class council advisors Mrs. Carl and Mrs. Jackman are looking for responsible and creative members to join class council. If you are interested, you can get a permission slip from your homeroom teacher. Permission slips must be signed by a guardian and submitted to Mrs. Carl or Mrs. Jackman by Tuesday, March 21st. Our first meeting will be during homeroom on Wednesday, March 22nd. See Mrs. Carl or Mrs. Jackman if you have any questions. HMS Track and Field. 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, if you missed the track and field meeting, please see Mr. Weisdorfer or Miss Arnold for more information. We start Monday, March 20th after school. The HMS Annual Talent Show. Tickets will be sold Wednesday and Thursday during your third hour. The show will be during third hour on Friday, March 17th. Proceeds will be donated to Holly Blessings in a Backpack. Support our HMS talent and a great cause. Homeroom Frisbee Challenge. All the homerooms have went, and we have our championship match set between Mrs. Briggs and Miss Lounger's homeroom, which will take place at the talent show Friday. Come see Nate versus Lucas. Shoot it up. HMS After School Dodgeball Tournament. This is happening on Thursday from 3 to 4:15 in the HMS gym. You must have a team of 6 with at least 2 girls. It costs $5 per player. The last day to sign up during your lunch is Wednesday, and the tournament is limited to the first 20 teams. You must have your paper filled out with the money to sign up. Your team captain will register you. Registration forms are on the outside of the main office on the wall. If you want to play in the dodgeball tournament but don't have a team, see Mrs. Curl in room 302. You'll be put on a waiting list, and if a team is able to be formed, you'll be contacted. You do not pay unless a team is created. Lastly, some tournament info. Captains will be getting a copy of the tournament rules and schedule on Wednesday. Go over them with your team. Spectators are welcome, and the cost of admission is $1. Concessions will be available for purchase, and you must have a ride home at 4:15. There is a stand meeting after school on Wednesday, March 15th in room 504 until 4 o'clock. New students are always welcome. Come and join the fun. Happy birthday to Olivia. And thanks for listening. Holly Middle School, where everyone is learning and leading together.